Sister Gabriela. Thank you for taking the time to meet up with me today. How was your life before you became a Muslim?
My life before Muslim, I was working. I used to do a lot of sportive activities. I am independent woman with my job, living alone. I used to have a very average life, normal life.
So where you're from?
I am from Mexico.
Okay.
Yeah.
You were living there for how many years?
Well, I am 100% Mexican.
Mm-hmm.
So I was living there since I born
Okay.
till 32, 33 years old.
Would you say that your life was very different before you became a Muslim?
Yeah, it's different.
Like what?
Well, I stopped doing some things and I started to do another kind of things. First, prayer. It was an activity that I never did before. I started to dress with the Islamic dress code, which is a very challenging in my society.
When you start wearing the hijab, the Islamic dress code for women, you said that it was difficult. Was it difficult because of people looking at you a certain way, or because you're not comfortable?
When we embrace Islam, it's because of Allah. So our duty is to obey Allah, and Allah says in Quran that we have to cover our aura, our hair, our body with proper dress. And yeah, my society is not used to this, but it wasn't challenging because it was uncomfortable or because myself. It is the changing itself. Obviously, in the beginning, it is uncomfortable to use something that you are not used to have in your head. In the beginning, is uncomfortable, but with the time, you used to it, and actually, you feel uncomfortable when you don't have it.
Have you ever feel oppressed when you wear the hijab?
No, never.
Never?
No, never. Contrary to that, I feel I was taking advantage of my freedom to be a woman, to take my rights as a woman, to reevaluate myself as a human being. Because before Islam, I didn't know my proper value. When I embraced Islam, I understood my value as a human being, my value as a woman, because this value is given by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
How do you discover Islam?
Many years ago, one of my friends, one of my best friends, Mexican friends, she converted to Islam like 12 or 13 years ago maybe. She came to Mexico to visit her parents, and of course I was with her, in contact with her many times through email, and when she visited Mexico I used to go to her house, and she gave the Quran to me in that time. I have the Quran like a book in your personal library. And with the time I started to read it, because I was like in troubles. Everybody have troubles in life, problems. It becomes a very big challenge for me, the life on that time, so I needed some guidance. So I started to read Quran. I started to speak with my friend a lot, and asking for help, because I was in a very need of help and guidance. So I was asking many questions about the purpose of life, and I was asking to God, to Allah, to guide me.
What do you find as you were reading the Quran?
Quran is actually very simple message. It's deep, at the same time simple. What I find was like Allah is the one who put the intellect in our minds. I mean, Allah is a creator. Allah, I knew that before, but the difference with Quran is that the intellect of the human being, and how we can use this tool as a human being to make choices in life. So you have some information or some decision to take, and you have to take the good or the bad. So this is our free will, and this is the main point that I found in Quran, and it was very important tool in our lives, and the only one who can put this important tool in our body, because we cannot touch that, we cannot touch the mind, we cannot touch the intelligence. Is something abstract but exists, and we know that it exists. Is only Allah who put that tool in our minds. So I understand that, and I surrendered immediately to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
When you were reading the Quran, you were still a non-Muslim.
Yeah, I
Right.
was not Muslim at that
Okay.
time.
No, when was the day that you feel that you were ready to embrace Islam?
It took me a month. 1 month. My choice based on this basic knowledge that Allah is one God. We have to obey Him, and He is speaking the truth all the time, and we have a natural desire to be connected with our Creator. And I met Shahada, the testimony of faith, 1 month later, without knowing too much about Islam. Actually, I just only knew about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and Islam is His religion. I am the same. I am praying my 5 times a day. I am fasting when I have to fast. I am the same person. So I am not changing depending of my environment. I can adapt to the environment, but I am not changing.
What's your favorite part in Ramadan?
Yeah, fasting is nice, and I enjoy breaking the fast. It's like a joy for my body to feel this energy again. This is one part. Another part is be connected to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala through reading Quran. I enjoy that part in following the reading of Quran, of the recitation.
If you had to choose one, which part do you like most?
To make research about the meaning of Quran.
Okay, you would say that Ramadan is a time for you to understand the Quran better.
Yeah.
Okay, alright. Okay,
Yeah.
thank you, Sister Gabriela, for
Yeah,
sharing
thank you.
experience.